It's gonna be weird.
Wooden
Going
channel
for
for
that
about,
long.
actually,
Like, what am I
it will
gonna
be
do
25 years. My father told me when I had just turned 5. I had gotten into wood carving, particularly this is relief carving, 6 years ago. And got into doing pony carvings last May. And actually all stemmed from, who here has ever heard of the group Hey Ocean?
Who?
Hey Ocean? Ashley Ball's group. Okay? I never heard the show before. I heard their music first, and I was actually going to give it up last year.
Oh, bubbles.
Alright, I do cartoon characters. I can see the chipmunk, Eleanor Sybil, Jeanette. There's a Theodore down there at the bottom.
Oh, wow.
I did a couple of Magic the Gathering art cards.
Yes!
Yeah, Jews on the gym right there. Yeah.
Jews on the
Yes!
Yeah.
Old school!
Yeah!
Yeah, that is the old school. And that's considered more of a cartoonish base to carving. Now, who was at Camelot Gardens? Who here remembers me giving Tara that guardian angel? That carving is considered a traditional carving. I should be... No, I'll give it to them. I think it should be on 2. No. That's not the one I gave Tara. It should be on page 2. Yeah. By the way, Emily Jones and Thunder.
Oh, yeah, there was a
By the way.
Get my own carving?
Oh, there it's right there at the bottom. Okay? That took me 2 weeks to do. Okay? For what Tara has done for Kiki and Grace, and speaking to Ami and him saying that she is an angel to them, I couldn't have agreed more. So I figured the only at the time, traditional carving I would do would be that. We can go back to that other one. I don't know, so I can. But because of Hey Ocean being at the right place, basically me being like the stars aligned and everything, hearing Hey Ocean, I got to meet the bronies at New York City. They asked me to come to their meetup 5 days later to do a demonstration carving of Big Macintosh. That one with, Big Mac. Peter New got that, by the way, at BronyCon, the summer BronyCon. And I was approached by the vendor alley head. And she said, well, the voice actor for Big Macintosh is going to be at BronyCon. I'm like, I don't know, I really don't know if I want to go or not. A couple of days later, I'm like, what am I going to do with this thing? I have no reason to keep it. And I'm like, you know what, I'll go and give it to him. And then when I went to the website and I saw the list of who was going to be there, I'm like, this is not fair. If I give one person a carving and nobody else gets anything, that's kind of being like a jerk. So basically, I brought to BronyCon Twilight Sparkle, Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy for Andrea Lippman, Spike, Princess Celestia, Discord, Snips, Big Mac, and Warren Fast's OC. Then I heard that Everfree Northwest was having the Cutie Mark Crusaders. The Cutie Mark Crusaders, Tabitha St. Germain, and Lee was coming. I had no idea Andrew Francis was going to be there. I found out the day of the convention. When Peter New goes, hey, you got anything for this guy? This is the most embarrassing thing. I'm like, I'm sorry. No. I'm Andrew Francis. I'm the voice of Shining Armor. I'm going to be here.
Don't worry, everyone was like that.
I know.
Yeah.
So I basically made it up to him. Well, this is before when the whole cat out of the bag that he wasn't the voice of Brayburn.
Right.
So I did Brayburn and Shining Armor for him for Camelot Gardens. So he was gracious enough to bring that back here, and that's coming with me to Fiesta Equestria at the end of the month.
Oh, Michael.
And it's going to Michael Dangerfield. So yeah, Shining Armor. Funny story happened with when I gave Tabitha St. Germain Rarity. her friend Kevin, who's sitting next to her, says, "You know, you're probably going to make her." Never mind. Because she was already in tears by the time you get the word cry out. And, you know, Camelot Gardens, Brittany Cult got Princess Cadence, Andrew got Shining Armor. Peter New actually got Dr. Monitor or Dr. Sickle, whatever his name is. You know, there's so many different names for the same pony. That was on the side. My camera acted weird. The one on top, right there. Right there. It kind of, when I took the photo, it went on the side. I should have really sure when I took the photo. But Peter got that, and Kathy got Mayor. Like I said, I'm a woodcarver, I don't deal with compares much. You know, Megan McCarthy and Amy Kane Rogers got their OC. I basically use Google Images. I just type in a pony I want to carve, like Princess Cadence. I look at the pictures, and the one I think I want to actually carve, I go print it out, and I just transfer it to a piece of, you know, a plaque, wood plaque, and start carving. You know, like, yeah, like this is my OC.
All right.
Right? I figure if I'm doing for all the guests, I might as well do one for myself, so I at least have, like, this is what I do, you know. So, I mean, you know, I've put in so far, there are five when this charity auction is. For Burning Con, I did Derby and Vinyl Scratch. What shocked me when I found out how much they raised, Derby brought in $200, Vinyl Scratch brought in $250.
How long does it take to make
Depends on the piece itself. Like alicorns usually take me 36 hours just to carve it. Everything is done by hand. I don't use any power tools. Earth ponies, Pegasi, and unicorns will take me 24 to 28 hours just to carve it. And then you got the painting, I seal it, and put a nice glossy finish to it. So that way, get dust on it, just a nice dry cloth, and just wipe it off. You don't need, you know, polish or anything, you just, nice dry cloth. Yeah, and, you know, it's so much fun when you can, it also helps when you're carving to have some mood music. I gave Matt Hill Storm. Have you ever heard of Eiffel 65? Blue Dot B. I was listening to that on loop because it just didn't pretty much fit. And then I was listening to Bab Seed when I was carving that. I just find music that fits, you know, just to kind of get in that zone.
So what advice would you offer to anybody who would want to get into something, you know, more like wood carving and stuff like this?
First off, expect to at least drop $500 on tools to start. My tools that I have at home that does that is not cheap. The most expensive knife I have is a detailing knife. The blade is about that big. It's $75. My guide is rating between 25 and 50, and so are my knives. So when you go to like Michael's or I don't know what you guys have out here.
We have Hobby Lobby down the street.
Hobby Lobby. If you see the carving tools that are on, you know, they call them carving tools. They're a piece of metal that's stuck into a dowel. They're not going to give you anything. They're not sharp. The tools I use hold an edge. I have cut myself so many times, and that's another thing you have to expect. If you're not careful, you will get hurt. Basically, it's patience. You're not going to get it the first time. I mean, if you look at the Rainbow Dash and what I've done now, you could see it progressed. It takes practice. I basically do. You need to wear a carving glove on one hand, on the hand that is not holding the knife, a thumb guard on the one that is holding the knife. The thing is, I've been doing this so long and gotten hurt so many times, it doesn't bother me if I get cut. Because I know it's part of the risks, but there's a lot of steps that you have to take to prevent that. You are working with dangerous tools, You can slip and cut yourself, you can hurt someone else. I've hit knots on some of the carvings where I have, if somebody was standing in front of me, they would have gotten hurt. That actually, Final Draft's mom, Snow White on DeviantArt, she made this for me when I gave Tara the carving. And I have it on my DA page with pride. So if you look at my DA page, it says I have 89 deviations. Basically, it's -1. That is the -1. So I've done 88 carvings.
Isn't that what's on your shirt?
That's what's on my shirt. I wear it with pride. I love this piece that she's done.
Well, I mean, thank you so much for being here again, Paul, and you know, to enjoy the convention. And
I'm having a blast already. So.
nice. And the Octavia.
Oh yeah. For the charity auction, I put in.
Yeah, sure. I will show it right now. Oh, there's Aki. Sure enough.
So,
Octavia.
she is for the charity auction. Matt Hill, Richard Ian Cox, Andrew Francis, Brennan Drummond. Did I say? Okay, no. Yeah, they all signed the carving. Okay? So that is definitely a one-of-a-kind piece. And I do one-of-a-kind stuff. I do not repeat. This is the only Octavia. I will not do another one. All right. I did a small exception, which was Twilight Sparkle, because when she got her wings, Tara owns the original, the unicorn one. I said, well, it's going to her. She owns the original, so she gets the upgrade. So.
Well, thank you again. It's great. You know, great to have you here, and I'm sure everybody also is really happy you're here too. So, great big round of applause for Fireman here. Moving on, I'm going to go ahead and introduce my one friend here.